What's going on, Cowboy Nation? I ain't get to go live tonight, but that don't mean we ain't gonna get this recap. So I wanted to go ahead and talk. I wanted to highlight a couple things. So the Cowboys put in a very good performance against the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, offense. Can I tell you the offense got better? And let me tell you why the offense got better. Because one, Dak is continuing his consistent play. Your wide receiving threats, your receiving threats in total, that's including the tight ends, they're being consistent and getting open. Mike McCarthy is calling a heck of a game, week in, week out. But I'm going to tell you one of the most important things today, which is Rico Dowdle getting double-digit carries. I think Mike McCarthy understands that in order to get the most out of TP, is to put him back in that complimentary role. And if that's what Mike McCarthy going to realize, This Cowboys offense gonna go to another level. We was ramming it down. Look, we understand that probably the best thing about the Eagles defense is the interior, but Mike didn't care. He kept running Rico down the middle. And that's what you have to do. It's getting cold out there now, right? It's December going on January. It's cold weather football. And guess what? You need a running back like Rico Dowdle in order to go ahead and have some success in playing cold weather football. So I like that. I like that. But the offense did what it was supposed to do. We built on what we did to them last time. We lit them up, right? We lit them up. So we built upon yesterday, and the offense started off. They started early. First drive, boom, touchdown to CD. That's how you got to do, because we're going to talk about this a little bit. I wanted to really talk about this defense for a brief second. I don't want to hold y'all long, but I really wanted to talk about this defense. Look, this is Cowboys football. Cowboys jump on them early. The Cowboys put up points, and the defense is able to play with a lead and able to play in a different type of way. You see, one thing we realized, one thing when I seen with that Philadelphia Eagles first drive, I'm like, the way that they was kind of punking us that first drive, right? I'm like, man, if this continues to go like it is, it might be a long day. But they got that fumble. I'm like, all right, defense getting turnovers. That's one recipe that the defense has to do consistently to win games. And even if but look, so the offense got up, and they got up early, and they was able to get up 2 scores. So when your offense is able to give up 2 scores, now the game plan of the other team is kind of going to change a little bit, right? Because everybody knows to be a little physical with this defense, right? And to be honest with you, they still haven't solved, my Da Vinci code, that Da Vinci code in physicality as far as handling this run game. We'll probably see that as we go along. Probably against Detroit. We'll really see it against Detroit. But I still have questions because I still haven't seen enough. But they're going to be like, oh, but this defense played well. They did. They didn't score no touchdown, right? The only touchdown I was scored was Fletcher. The other D tackle. Fletcher got the sack, and the other D tackle scored. But look, that's probably impressive in itself, even though the offense of the Philadelphia Eagles is vanilla. That's still impressive, though. But look, when we up 2 scores and the defense is able to tee off and get in pass rush mode, that's the formula that the Dallas Cowboys have to sustain against these good teams and into the playoffs if we're going to have success. You see, whatever you do good, you got to continue to go ahead and continue to do them things, and that have to be your identity. You have to play in whatever you do good, right? And we know that, hey, the Cowboys defense being in a situation where they have to just continue to stop the run, that's not our strength. Our strength of that defense is getting to the quarterback, taking the football away. And we was able to do that because our offense put us in position to do that. So our offense has to continue to put us in position to do that. And so with the defense doing that, with the offense doing that, we was able to play our game. What you seen today, that's Cowboys football. Whether it's sustainable going into the playoffs, TBD. Of course, there's going to be things different. The tempo is going to go up. The physicality is going to go up. That's still sustainable. But one thing, though, that is sustainable that we do know is that the offense is good. There may be times where there may be some adversity coming through. Yeah, it's still a long season. But one thing we know is this offense is good, and that's our bread and butter. And we got to play off of that. Now, I want to give a shout out to Gilmore. Gilmore done had a flashback game or something. Gilmore is playing some good ball. Gilmore was out there balling. And I don't know what he said to A.J. Brown. They got that boy pissed, but he was clamping him. I don't know if he called him a female dog or what. But he was clamping him. I want to give a shout out to Gilmore. That boy was balling. That boy was balling. But let me give you one of my concerns, though. I've expressed this a few times. What is this team going to do if one of them D tackles go down? And unfortunately, we've seen that. And unfortunately, even though it didn't hurt us this game because we already had the game under control, but if I got to rely on Mozzie Smith, we in trouble. I told y'all we in trouble, right? Some of the moves that we made to this point regarding D tackle, we in trouble if Hank got to miss an extended period of time. So let's hope that Hank doesn't have to miss an extended period of time. Because if he do, we in trouble. We in trouble. Because that boy, Mozzie, look, I'm trying my best not to go ahead and just label him already. But if I had to tell you now, I answered this question a couple weeks ago. But Mozzie Smith is trash. That boy trash. He trash. I'm not saying that that's how his career going to be. But right now, that boy trash. That boy get off still slow. And I'm not encouraged about anything that he does. I'm not encouraged about anything that he does to get me like, okay, that could be something we can build on. We ain't seen nothing from him that we can build on. He's still having the same I don't see him he ain't got better. Let's just face it. He didn't get better. I don't know what's his problem. Because athleticism is showed in college. But it ain't showing now. And I don't know what it is. I hope we didn't get Taco out of that. I'm not saying he going to be Taco. I'm hoping for this team's sake he not Taco. Because we can't afford to miss on this one. Nah. Your hand was out. We can't afford it. And he sucked. And if he got to miss next game, oh boy, having Gallimore and Mozzie Smith that D tackle, oh my gosh. You asking for it. You asking for it. So I hope Carl Davis get activated, because I don't even understand why he not there, because he's better than Mozzie right now. I'm 99.9999% sure that he's better than Mozzie Smith right now. He needs to be activated. But overall, defense played good. Defense was able to play their game, so they look good. And like I said before, when Bosa was out here talking about the game plan. No. There's multiple ways of skinning the cat. However, what you did, that may not work for me. And we too active just to go ahead and just be standing around and so-called, even though some of their plays I covered that didn't reflect that so-called game plan that they was undisciplined with. But we can go ahead and get to them and get to the quarterback and still keep him in the pocket. Now, he had some quarterback runs up the middle, but I think the way that they was playing, that was by design. I think mainly they wanted to play some containment, right? Because when Jalen Hurts would pop outside, they'd be on him. And I also got to give a shout out to Dan Quinn, right? Dan Quinn, he called a good game. Y'all know I'm hard on him, and I'm going to continue to be hard on him. But he called a pretty good game today. So I got to give him a shout out on that, right? Because y'all know just how hard I am as far as with the criticism. I definitely got to come with the praise too when they give me good things to talk about. And Dan Quinn, he caught a good game. I mean, 6 points against the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, what these fools got to say now? Well, we don't play good teams. We don't beat winning teams. That's twice in a row. So what's gonna be the storyline now this week, right? Playoffs now? Come on, we ain't trying to hear that. We ain't trying to hear that. We play who we play in the schedule. Do we acknowledge that we done beat on some weak teams? Yes. But we did what we were supposed to do. Now we get into the meat and potatoes of the schedule. We about to get pretty much playoff ready. And it's time to sharpen up. It's time for the defense to get tested and sharpen up. Offense gonna get tested, sharpen up. They be like, damn, the offense sharpen? Yeah, the offense can even sharpen up. Because this offense, I can assure you right now, hasn't even reached its full potential. You let that running game start going. Oh, my God. You let that running game get going, and they running 4-minute offenses, staying on the field. You let that, come on. You can go ahead and get away with some of the things that your defense lacks, where your offense is able to run the football. And that's what we're trying to get to. Look, the Philadelphia Eagles, as far as up front, they're gonna pose a challenge in the run game, right? So we knew it was gonna be tough running up the middle. We expected that, and I like how Mike McCarthy kept tossing it up the middle. He kept running it up the middle. We need that, right? Because we can't be one-dimensional. Everybody know that, TP gonna get around in the edges, right? And shout out to Mike McCarthy for hitting them edges. Y'all know we talked about that, for hitting them edges with Turpin, for hitting the edges, or at least try to attempt to hit the edges with TP. Shout out to Mike McCarthy for doing that early on, because that's what helped us to get that big start, that early start. And we're probably gonna need a few more early starts with some of these good teams. We got some challenges up the way, and I can't wait. We got some real competition coming up, and I can't wait. And we're gonna see what this team really made of. Everything that we good at and everything that we're not good at, it's all going to be tested in the upcoming stretch. And if you're going to be a playoff team, you got to sharpen up them knives. And here we go. Look, regardless of the criticism, like of us being soft or whatever the case may be, we don't care about none of that. The Dallas Cowboys nation, we demand to get to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Especially with this sorry-ass NFC, we expect to get to the Super Bowl. We really needed that to do that last year, but hey, we can't go ahead and bounce out in the past. Right now, we're dealing with the present, and we're hoping for the future. And for the future, we need to get to that promised land. All right, but I didn't want to hold y'all too long. So look, I got class one more day tomorrow, but I will be looking at this film. We'll be breaking it down, looking at this all 22. Y'all know how we do. We should get right back to our regular schedule on Tuesday, but I should be able to. I ain't gonna guarantee being able to pop out money. We'll see how it go. But man, we're gonna be talking this week. Trust and believe that, man. But all right, y'all, Cowboy Nation, enjoy this. Hey, Philly, we don't hear about what you talking about right now. You always be out there hating. You always be running your mouth. And hold that L. Hold that big L. We shut you up. And gonna continue to shut you up. And look, I'd rather go ahead and get the last laugh in this season. I got the last laugh. We go.